Hello and welcome to the city of Hobart. Today we are building some bike infrastructure. Yeah, that's right. So last time I played the city, we didn't have bikes and it was pre-update for the industry and the new ports and British ports DLC. That's the name. And I think it's time that we come back here and that we do some really nice work in the city because I think things are starting to work and to get integrated and get in a way that I really appreciate it. But I believe that with the bikes, we can push it even further and make it even better. And I think that there's like traffic is chaotic at the moment. I got the traffic light enhancement back as well, so this will help us. But this game is currently going through that phase of adjustments and looking into the new, especially the new industry calculations and how all of that really works. And this will cause a little bit of traffic. Then there are the bikes come into play and join the city, and I think this will be a little bit chaotic. But while this happens, I'll go in and I'll update some roads, get some dedicated bike lanes in a lot of areas really that I really feel like we could make good use. And then we, especially like there are a few things like this that we want to do the high density in here. And I'm thinking that when the high rise back or what it's called skyscrapers by river comes out, then this would be an incredible area for it, especially because like of the way the land is right here. I think this would be really nice. For now, and I just noticed that we have this track connection that we might push and connect over there as well, and then start connecting our rail network a little bit better. Again, for now, what I want to do. So in terms of dedicated bike lanes, definitely these roads will have one. I want this whole road. I think both roads on the riverside here, they will get dedicated bike lanes as well. I do want some of the roads like this one might be very helpful because this is connecting a lot of the places in here. This one is a larger road. The problem with this one is that we might need to change and remove the parking in there. I really didn't want to remove parking on these three roads in here. But it feels like it might be the way. If we take a look at the road here, we can see this has like some bikes going through here, especially because this connects to that main road. And I would think this one, not that many, but it's still some in there. We could do this one and see how that impacts the flow. And then we will work from there. And definitely this one in the middle, this main road over here as well, that is definitely going to get it. And I might get this one as well, connecting all the way to here, and we'll see how this all works out for us. I think that is quite a lot of things to do at the moment, and I will stop talking and I'll keep talking, but I'll get things done. Let's get into it. So starting over here, I can see that we have all this, and I'm also looking where we are getting like some traffic issues, and it basically boils down to this connection in here. We still have some people issue in there, which is causing this to back out. So I think when that works out, yeah, look at how many people. This is when we had that bug for the people going shopping, and this was causing all these issues. But the more bikes we add, the less issues like this we will see. So again, I keep saying it, I'll do it, and I keep talking, but let's get into it. I think we deserve a little bit of a pause in the game because this will have a very good likelihood to break things. And what I mean by breaking things is my lane connector tool in here. Like why people are, it's actually not broken, but I would like to go and fix all of them. So what I'll do instead, I will do all of these bike lanes first. This is a nice one that I can actually use quite well in my favor. Keep the game paused, I think that is worthwhile, and I'll bring this all in here and all the way there. Then this is a different type of road. I think this one, yeah, let's go there and then bring this all the way, I think all the way here. Really want to add bike lanes in this. I might look at the road builder and see if we can do that. But before, let me keep these connections going, because this is kind of the last road at the moment that we have here. It also makes sense that I do all of this. This road will connect over here. And I mentioned that I wanted this one as well. And this will go there. I might do a bike connection in here so they have an option to get this way instead of going all the way there. Might even change how this pathway is looking. And all right, this side, yeah, I'll try to do with road builder in there. Not yet. And then on this one, definitely making sure that we have some connections in there. This will have it as well. This will have it. And I will make this connection over here. So again, we start making all those nice road connections in there and giving people more options, basically. I'm thinking if I'll do it. Let's do another one in here. This one, it's basically going nowhere at the moment. So let's do this. So they are all connected this way. They have that connection over there. Might as well bring these roads over here too. And I know that we still have to look at it. That's awesome. And then over here, we have, it's not that busy, but I think I'm preparing this to be busier, and that'll be very helpful. Then this will connect all this area. And where is this going? I think I'll leave it ready as well. Now I'm thinking how they access this area over here if they're using bikes, and where I want to bring them. They could use this main road in here. That's okay. Also forgot this one. Should do. Get that all sorted. And then we have this one, which is one of the major roads that we have here in the city, making that connection. This one as well. And I hope this is a little bit more integrated. Now, these roads inside here, I'm not doing that yet, but I think most of these pathways I will also update. Now, okay, run really, and then we'll go in and start like fixing things, removing U-turns, which I think might be the worst things for us in here. And then we can guarantee that this is all going to work as it should. So set remove U-turn. I'll do all of this, like you don't need to keep looking at me doing this very what's the word I'm looking for? Boring parts. But basically what I'm doing is I click on this, I'm resetting to vanilla, because if I had changed it before, it would mess up the connection. I don't remember all the connections that I changed here. So I reset to vanilla and I remove the U-turns, so cars will stop doing U-turns. Then let's do this. Love how it does all the connections to me. But yeah, I'll do it and I'll be right back. Now that we have the bike lanes in place there, by the way, I can upgrade these and add bike lanes without removing all the parking, and I think the parking is kind of a feature in this place, and we'll see how that goes. Like we do have some bikes in here, but it's not a huge deal. We have other ways for them to get in the main road, like for example this one. I need to update this, and I think this is the first thing that we will do. We'll go to this option. Now we have this option for pedestrian and bicycle, and this is basically what I'll try to do over here. I might just do this for a second so I can really connect this properly, or whatever that is. Okay, I think you know what we're gonna do here, right? We'll get a couple of trees and just hide those corners, if that's the case, and hopefully they'll keep using. There we go. And what I can do in there as well is tell that for bikes, if they want to go there, they should use this. Or do I think I'll leave this in here. It's not a big deal. The problem is more about the cars, not this. But one thing that I'll definitely do is to, what is the parking? There's no parking option. Hold on, am I crazy? Do we have like a no parking? I was pretty sure that we had it. Maybe I'm mistaken and I just need... What? I was 100% sure that we had a no parking thing in here. Anyway, there'll be a couple of cars there. What can you do? We'll have this in there, and now we need to keep replacing pathways, and potentially I might not add one bike connection in here though, just because they have it in there. At the same time, they can go through here, so not a big deal. Let me find those connections that might be missing. I'm pretty sure I saw some in here. And I think what we can do is basically go here and just update whatever we have in there. So they have both options. Like this. Now I would like something weird happening, but I don't know what that is. What I'll do, I'll pause the game and I will rebuild those. I'll go like this, remove this option, and what I could do is go straight there. Why do we have this being elevated? You know what? I don't care. As far as they're connected, then we should be okay. I will do potentially another 3 there, just hiding this a little bit better. And they are walking there already, so yeah, it's working. It's just being a little bit silly. Alright, where else? We do have this one. Even this one is not really connected. So hopefully this fixed that. Why that lost the connection? I noticed that after the update, there are some pathways like that. They are not actually properly connected, and I don't know why, what happened. I feel like it's a little bit odd, but you know what? We will be okay. This is all done. This is done. What else over here? This is all good as well. there isn't that many places that we've done it. Just some alleyways and these end of roads like this one. And I think this gives them more options. The one that we could do is in the middle, but I think those will be pedestrian only. If we do anything, that will be just the one crossing like that. But I'm happy to keep it this way. And are there any other connections that I've missed? I don't think so. Just on this side. Like that I put this in there, just remind myself that where it should go. But I think what I'll do, I'll remove it. At least for now. Yeah, here is the same. I think that's it. We'll also remove that tiny bit over there. And this gives us plenty of connections. Now, looking at this, we have bike lanes. We don't have bike infrastructure, which means parking and bike racks and all that sort of stuff. We will take a look at that in a second. I want to double check here why this might be taking a while. It seems like we have a lot of cars coming in here and going everywhere. So what I will do, I'll get an asymmetric road and we'll give them one extra option in there. Come back here and do this again. And let them go. So they will move a little bit faster. I'll also remove the option to turn right from here, turn right from this lane, turn left or straight from that lane. I think this will be okay for them. And we'll see if they move a little bit faster. Other option is to create an exclusive pedestrian crossing light or whatever it's called. Now turning on red. Exclusive pedestrian phase, that's what I was thinking. And this should be alright. Over here, we might not need a traffic light in there. I'm risking saying. Sounds crazy, but it seems like people might. It's not what exactly I want to do. This is what I want to do. No traffic lights at all in there. Ooh, look at how many people in here. We do have a phase just for them. Needs to be enough though. 1x. Let me just double check and see next time they go if that's enough. It seems like most of them have gone through, so I would say yes. This will keep things moving. Alright, all good there. Now what I think we need is some bike infrastructure. As you can see, yellow lines, they are all bike infrastructure. And at least from these roads, we have some going. It seems like they're coming to work here. We'll also have some sort of avenue that they're using this to come kind of to this side. Where is that? This is the cemetery and the modern hospital. So it might be a good place to have it. So it's like an end of facility bike park or bike parking or something like that. We do have the underground bicycle parking, which I love because it does add a ton of new parking options for them. Just looking at where I would be fitted. Might be able to do this by the park over here. Might make these roads I need to make it bike safe? I don't think so. I'll probably just do this. Then make it slightly better by doing some more trees a little bit closer, just to feel like it was there for a long time. And then we can see that they're already coming in here. And where they're coming from, there we go. That's where we saw them going. Which makes me think that we may need another road connection in here. Now I could remove this connection for this road, bring this another one over here. Where would that be good? Let's see. Is that a main avenue? This is not, well, this is 2x2 lane. I'm thinking that we might get like a larger avenue in there, something like a 3x3, I don't know, could be helpful. And I may even upgrade this one to be something like that. So how I'm gonna do this? I will bring this over there just so we have that 90-degree angle, and would be good if I've done this properly. And if I go straight there, this is where we would go. Also want to make sure that we do this and that we have that on a ground level. I think that's pretty good though. Me. Not exactly what I had in mind there. Alright, let me do this again. I think what we do then is basically connect this over there. And hopefully this will be a straight line altogether. And I think I can bring this all the way here. And sorry, industry, you have to move a little bit. And then this, we would reduce that to a 2x2. Would that be following? It's a little bit odd in there. Might change this slightly. Let's redo this by selecting this option. I'll use a curve. Go all the way there and do something like this. Just so this feels a little bit more meaningful in that way. And then we re-add this over there and go back to the lane connector and redo these connections. Actually, I should also make sure we have this here, right? So I can reconnect this as well and let them go. All right, I'm just not sure that I'm happy with this. I'll be honest. I feel like I need to redo this whole bit over there. And I'll also remove some of these buildings that decided to appear in the wrong place. Alright, this is a little bit better, and I can see what I'm doing a little bit better as well. So let's try this again. I think this is more or less what I'm looking. And if that actually works, I think I'll change this slightly. This is kind of what I'm aiming for. Right there. And then, yeah, this is a little bit odd, but we'll fix all of that. This will just go hopefully straight. Like this. Remove this. It's looking great. But this will give me a guide at least to what I need to do here. So let's bring this one. Is that straight? No, it's not. That is straight, and that's better as well. Good, now we have this. It's great. And potentially this one can be downgraded, really. Think like that. And then what I'm aiming for here is that you basically have one lane that goes out, and a lane that goes straight, and another lane that goes out, and then you get to that main avenue in there. Or so I think. That's one of those things that sometimes you plan, and well, they might not work how you expect. But if that's the case, we will also revisit and change it later. Alright, now that we have all of this, right, I'm removing this one, coming back here, and interesting enough, we'll go all the ends to basically a dead end over there, which is not a problem, but and we'll see what we do. We might just go around here, make it like a nicer curve, or maybe bring this out. I think that could be something we do as well. If I look at this, yeah, we could bring that road this way instead. Let's do this. Like that. That'll be very much just looking at it and hoping for the best there. Like that. And then this goes away, and this will be a nicer curve. Building infrastructure for the future. How good is that? Also, it's a little bit. Why like this? Let me redo. How can I do this? There, I'll remove this bit, and I want to maybe follow the terrain a little bit better there. So I'll go here, and then we do the curve. Yeah, and I'll probably redo this part because it doesn't look good. There we go, that is better. Even though it gave me a bit of a bump in there, that's fine. That's sometimes how we work with the terrain and make sure that it all looks good. Now that we have this, I think it makes sense to basically bring a road over there and also make it bike accessible, and also make sure that they can go everywhere in there. Remove traffic lights from here, at least for now, and that is good. Now we have this train station. Usually train station would love some parking as well for bike, And then that's what we will do. Go to parking. I don't know if it'll be we'll be able to fit this somewhere, maybe at the top here. Might actually be good. Yeah, let's do that. And what I will also do is do some bicycle stands at the front here. So they have more options if they wish to stop their bike outdoors. And this is like plenty of options for that. Although this last one might not be the best place for that. Yeah, there we go. Now it doesn't get in the way. And not yet, but hopefully we'll see as we grow more people coming in here. Do I have any bikes there? No, not yet. Maybe because they didn't have that option. But let's see where else we can see our bikes going. I can see now they're using this as the main corridor, which is great. Exactly what we wanted. For this one, yes, they're using this quite a lot. And I think they come this way because we do have some commercial in there. It's more mixed zoning, but it's still valuable for them. What I'm thinking is that I didn't want to replace the housing, but I think if we replace one building or some underground parking for them, that would be good. We could do some of the other stories as well. Some of them are quite large, and I do feel like something small on the ground, it's very helpful. Also, this is closer to bike structure, so I might do one there. Yeah, happy. And another one on this side. Maybe have some parks in here. Let me just I want to find like the very nice place for me. We have one over there already. So maybe in this area where we have like some offices, some more commercial. I think that will work. Not that one, this one. And there we go. They're all coming in here. I think, yeah, we can even increase capacity. And I think I would do, just because I don't want a building over there. And potentially, same thing. Well, this one is, there's nothing there, so that's good. As you can see, a lot of people using it already. And this is how you basically do it. Take a look at where like people are moving, where they're going with their bikes, and provide some options for them. Usually they are going to commercial and residential areas, so you can work with both of those. Like if I look in here, I can see some bikes going that way, and they're coming from somewhere else, so that doesn't really matter. So here, yeah, we do have a few in here as well. Do we have commercial? We have mixed zone in there. I might do one around here and one on this area just to leave this area ready, and we may do something on the ground in there instead of underground. If I go here, maybe let's go with the parking hall, which is quite a nice building in there. And this actually would be a good place for, or maybe even here on the main road in there. And I really like this building. It's quite nice. And we already have people coming. Look at that. And then this is a, what is this? Community college. This would be, oh, you know what? First, let's do something at the front here. Probably we'll need something extra other than just this, but let's start with the front. And then we'll see how much use they get, and if we need to, we'll do a bigger building. And over here. All right. Can also hopefully manage to select one of them. There we go. Yeah, they're coming. If I look at this, yeah, it's quite a lot of bikes already coming in here. What I could do then is use this area. If it, yeah, I just noticed that I put in here, but they don't have dedicated lanes over here. So let's improve that for them. I'll do this. Make sure that we reset all these lanes. And that they don't U-turn on curves like that. That's very important. Not very safe to do so, I would say. And then I forgot to update this one. Have I? Yes. So we can go over here and also upgrade that bit. So yeah, look at this. It's being thoroughly used and I quite like it. And as we have the car parking here, it makes sense to have some bike park as well. Now I could use the area around it. Actually, would be really interesting to have this in here. What I could also do is make sure that they all face the same direction. Like that. And then I think I'll remove the pavements from that. I don't like how that actually looks like. And I'll basically do this and we remove that. And then still grass still looks like part of the area around it, and I think, at least for me, this does work and look a little bit better. I'll also do a bit of a change on the ground there and do some better grass. Maybe try using a large pattern in here. I don't know if that's going to look nice or not, but let's try it. There you go, look at that. And then we can definitely do things around it. I'll leave some space in here for now, but what I can do is make it a line. Let's make it a little bit closer and do this. I think that's a little bit too close there. Let's do this again. Let's go here. Let's start this way and finish this way. So you have at least a little bit of space there. All right. And they are using it. How good is that? Fantastic. Oh, I love it. Now we do have, yeah, pedestrian bridge in here. I would like to make it a, if possible, where is that? This is a key, this is another key. This is just a bicycle bridge. Bicycle bridge. Bicycle arch bridge. Don't we have one that is both? That's unfair. Why don't we have that? Because if I do this and we make it elevated, it's like, yeah, it's nice, but you know, it is not exactly what we wanted. But what I can try then is maybe bring this one instead. How about that? Maybe I do a little bit of this. I feel like this needs to be a little bit closer. Yeah, that will look better if they're closer. I can also remove at least one of the crossings there. Now that we have two, don't need that. By the way, I acknowledge that we have these kind of things in here, but because of how the assets work, we just leave it. That is not a problem, and they are already using it, so that is fantastic. I don't think we have any other pedestrian bridge, but we have some difficulties on the way over here. And alright, this deserves a road upgrade right there. Hold on, there are a few things. Ah, there we go. Sorry people. And then we go in here and we let them go. Let's see if this works a little bit better. I'm also seeing some bikes in here, but looking at this, not really. Is it? Yeah, there are some bikes coming from there, especially from the residential. And we have, interesting enough, we have some very good utilization for bike in here. So what I'm thinking is a bike connect those two with a bike network as well. And then let's refresh all of this. I will remove traffic lights there and there. This one, yeah, might do split phasing and allow turning on red. I think that would be okay. Also notice that this lane here is turning, so please don't. And also this one, please don't. Yeah, I think that should work a little bit better. But we'll see. We will see. I can see that they are getting stuck in here a little bit as well. Lots of people getting on each other's way. So let's do this again. And then we'll see if that improves the flow. It usually does. I'm considering if I should upgrade these to two lane that way and one lane that way, but it seems like traffic is gone from here really. So it seems like it's better now. Still some adjustments in there. What I said that I want to do in here was a bike parking. These are offices as well, maybe at the back here. I have a feeling that this might get used quite a lot, so what I'll do, I'll just come in here with an underground park and see if that is used. Doesn't seem like it is that much. If it isn't, I will just change things to utilizing some of this, right? And I will really spread them out like that. Just to make sure that we have those options. And with that, I don't think we will need this one. Yeah. Alright, this seems to be, yeah, getting a lot of people, especially for the underground parking there. Oh, that's why this wasn't being used. That one gets all the traffic for itself. That's good. All right, looking at this, feels like, yeah, we need some more improvements in here for the road system. I think what we'll do is basically that way. I'm wondering, but I think I'll keep it this way and just double check if we have all the connections. So they can all move faster. All right, with that done, we do have one more here. I don't know if you noticed that it makes some weird decisions in terms of the connections we have in there. I think they can move freely in there, to be honest. Maybe not here, but I'll keep an eye on that and see how that goes. This one, 100%. Maybe this. And let's see how that goes. Yeah, it feels like we might need a traffic light on this one. Do we? All traffic is gone from there. Just want to see how on this side going towards the left, how that all goes. Because it seems like might be okay. Yeah, alright, traffic is moving. No more traffic from there as well. I'm happy with this. Let's leave it. What about here? Yeah, going away, that is pretty good. And just like that, traffic is gone. Now we do have a bit of a challenge over here. And yeah, let's help them out. Over here, split vanilla and allow them turning on red. Over here, we already have that. Is that all they need? Where are they going? I think that's the better question to ask. Everywhere. It's quite messy, like, look at this. No wonder it doesn't work. Like, they all make U-turns in the middle of the road. Come on. Just keep going. Game. It's just like, yeah, more U-turns. And that causes a little bit of chaos in there. But you know what? This is actually moving well. Don't know if I want to do anything else there. Look, this is gone. One option that we could do is use this other option and see how that goes. And people probably like not doing U-turns right there. That'll be good as well. From all the places to do U-turns, like, you decide to do one at the traffic light. Look at this. Like, what is that? Maybe that's the snapshot of the thumbnail of the video today, because that is insane. Alright, I'll let them figure that out themselves for a bit, right? I think the only other thing I could do for them is make a protected right turn as well, so they don't cross each other's way. It seems like it worked a little bit in here. That might be good there as well, and we'll see what happens. These, I have a feeling, will always be that busy, but it also feels like a traffic light in here wouldn't hurt anyone. and I'll do this, and that. That way, people can actually cross and give each other's a way, like a chance to actually move. So let's quickly see how this goes. And I think we need to, yeah, we still need a lot of things to come in here. So that'll be a little bit of a challenge in there. Let's see how that goes. I think we could still bring these underground and cross over here and connect there instead of going through the crossing there to the ground crossing. That's one option, but I don't really want to worry too much about that right now. I think it's just good that they have their way to go around, and this is one thing. And then we'll see if we need to make any improvements there later. Now this also feels like this asymmetric road is pointing the wrong way there. Why? That's a good question. I might do this instead. How are we with bikes? We do have a few bikes in there, which means that we will do this actually. Bring it all the way in here. And we will reconnect everything. Remove all the U-turns. And hopefully that's all we need to do. And that way they can move faster here as well, which I quite like. Unblocking the traffic. Think about this. Might be a good place for another bike parking in there. Could go between this one or this one maybe. Something a little bit wider, not that wide. Yeah, we don't have it. So potentially this one and this one here. Why not? There we go, they use it. So that means that it's helpful, which also means to me that we can kind of play around with this and add a few more options for them. Look at that. Alright, I really like when that happens. And I feel like we can add more options, and I think as we do that, they will utilize that a little bit more. Go over here. Don't know if I want to put it right there. We do have some, yeah, parking over there already, and I think that might be enough in this area. We can take a look later and see if we need to expand it, but I think for now this should be all good. Now there's still a few things for us to resolve here, like for example, garbage issue seems to be something happening, and I think we got more people moving in and we need more garbage processing. I don't think we can expand these, can we? Can give them more trucks, that might help actually. Just don't think, yeah, we could add things a little bit further. How's our industry? Are they profitable? Getting by, not doing great. So what I'll do is this will help. This allows store for processing, and this process at higher speed. I think I could get it in there, or maybe over here. And then this is almost the correct size there. Just trying to find it. Oh, look at this. That's where this will go. Great. Now we have more. Oops. There you go. We have now more processing power for garbage and more capacity for trucks as well. In theory, this should alleviate the pressure slightly. We also need more crematoriums by the looks of it. And I'll be honest, probably around here, so they have access to this area a little bit faster, would be a great way to do it. And if I look at this, might get that in there. And if we want to, we can expand our purse over here. Put this. Oh no. I think that would work if I do this. So that means that we have more capacity there and can send out more hearses as well. And then, yeah, our availability goes up a little bit more. But yeah, I think for now, apart from some really odd issues like this, which we can hopefully fix over there, not there. I think I'll stop this turning and we'll see how this goes. This one, yeah, going right and straight, so that is good. This should hopefully help them move a little bit faster. And to keep an eye on all of this and make sure that we have all that we need. But I think for today, that's all that I will do. It's very nice, more challenging, and I'm really enjoying these new bicycle additions to the city. I hope you're enjoying it as well, and I hope to see more of that traffic going around with the bikes, and can't wait to see where we can take it, because it's an exciting time. And next time I want to work a little bit more on this, but also start expanding the city and building a lot more. Today was all about bike infrastructure. So let me know in the comments what you think or what you want to see next, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye bye!